Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. My man Magic's getting blamed, brother. Magic is back, but they drive the bus over my brother. That's just rough, man. Winning Time episode 2. It's called Magic is Back, and they waste no time making him the scapegoat for losing the 1981 championship run to the lowly Houston Rockets because they were just a mediocre team at the time. Anyway, so yes, they come off a championship year. The second year, Magic's hurt. He comes back. They blame the lack of chemistry. They blame the fact that he and Norm, what all this. They do all of that. And reality is this: I personally, I think Paul West is a crappy coach, and it's just a mess. And reality is, wow, this episode was a lot of fun because it was very nostalgic for me. I remember this era of basketball very vividly. I remember them coming into the league, as I've said before. Lakers beating the Sixers. I remember seeing it on TV. Magic playing center. I remember the second season, Magic an injury and going on. And of course, Celtics go on to win that championship. Following year, the Lakers bounce back and they win. They beat the Sixers, I believe. The Sixers get frustrated. They're going to go out and make a big deal to bring in Moses Malone, that kind of thing. So, this was a fun time. It was a fun episode to get through and to kind of ride along with here. Here's Norm talking about things, and it's just the credits are really quick. We're just running through what's going on with it, and it's about him being hurt. A lot of talking, and like, what are they going to do? And the one thing that's been on the table the entire time here they're talking about is bringing in David Thompson, the Skywalker, which, by the way, I guess in the NBA circles of that time, that was the big thing. It's just David Thompson. He was just a really good dude. He was really good. I don't like this idea of him being a good fit for the Lakers. Like, I don't think he was that big. I don't know that he really would have been a great player. And there is a good moment when Westhead says something. Westhead says something like, "Yeah, I'm going to have him basically do a spot up shooter, kind of like Jamal Wilkes was, right? Is he going to go for that?" So we didn't even ask him those kinds of things. Anyway, so that was fine. Performances are great. They didn't get caught up in as much of the bus backstory with the kids and stuff as I thought they were going to. They went on this weird sidebar with Jerry and his obsession with one of the hot girls from his youth. Lots of comments and questions about Magic coming back, and making a big deal about it. Of course, he has played like crap. He does terrible. They lose, and Riley's giving him some grief about we need to work on all that. So yeah, that's kind of how all this kind of plays up a little bit. This is Bus going after Hot Girl, and then there's like the sleazy press, going after Norm and trying to get the comment about what do you think. And this is the leak about Thompson for Norm trade that was allegedly on the block or not. I don't know. It actually would have benefited the Lakers, but they wouldn't have had any depth at point. So that's there is an argument to be made in every direction. So. But Riley evidently didn't tell Paul that he was doing these secret trainings and all this backstory stuff with all the ladies. And so I just don't care. Just didn't care. Norm was a very solid player, and he had even a better year the following year. So Norm was definitely in his prime playing, and they were just really lucky to have all those players doing well. They win one, they lose one. This one was interesting, and I would love to know a fact check on this because Cooper plays diplomat, and he is really demanding a ton of respect in the locker room. Like, I was pretty shocked. Like, this was a scene where I just wouldn't have expected Coop to basically be that respect, be able to basically shut down the locker room conversation and say no. He's a very young player at this point. He's only a little bit older than Magic. And he's like, no, you two need to say sorry to each other. You need to get over it. You need to hug it out, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So I'm a huge Michael Cooper fan. I think he's probably one of the more underrated NBA players of all time. I really, really wish that he had sort of a better legacy, so to speak. But the scene felt strange. Maybe it's completely true. And if it is, that's super cool that he was able to do that. Kareem obviously is very soft-spoken, but then when he's not, he's bombastic, and that's fine too. So they go out there. I hated all this. I can't stand this like weird version of chick. It's just, God, it's not my thing. Anyway, they go into game 3. They're all doing their thing. And then you have the press talking. You have all this confrontation with Riley, which everybody can overhear. And then you basically have the game coming to a head with Magic. And Magic does not, he doesn't make the play. He doesn't pass the ball. He tries to do the shot himself. He misses, air ball, they lose. All that's, well, the air ball they lose is true. Some of the other dynamics I can't speak to, but I can tell you this. As a kid, I was just engulfed. I was so enamored with all this. This is the saving of the NBA, right? I'm not trying to speak to where the NBA was before all of this because I was really just very, very young. But in my day, 78, 79, now we're into 80 and 81. You're in my, like, it was me pretending to be Magic, me pretending to be Bird, me pretending to be, well, I'm too white to pretend to be Dr. J. Let's just be perfectly honest. That's just, talk about living fantasy. But anyway, loving it, loving the show. And I'm happy that we didn't spin our wheels here too long. We just kind of got through it. Let's move on. Let's get to the next season, right? Because the next season, again, now what happens, right? So the Lakers, are they going to come back or not? We've only had like one little quick shot of Bird. We haven't had Dr. J again. These other very prominent players that do matter can come into play in the next season and the next season, that kind of thing. So I don't know if you guys are watching the show, if you're sports people or not. I'm loving the show. It's from my era, man. I love all this kind of stuff. This is one of the things that I just really do enjoy about that time frame and being nostalgic and not getting caught up in all the hoopla of right now, because I can watch the old stuff. Some of these games are on freaking YouTube. I watched a couple of the games last year when the winning time was there in the first time. I was watching some of the original games again. I remember this moment. I remember that moment. Remember this moment. Remember the players. Oh my gosh. I was so addicted to those trading cards. Again, I think it's just me being the urban nerd. The kid, the family just kept buying me more because it was just like a way to occupy me. I guess I was a hyper little kid. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I'd love to hear from you guys. Take care. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks, everybody, again. I'm Pops.
Yeah. Right?